Alright guys, well, I have a fun little install today for the 10th Gen Si. This is from a company called P3 Gauges, and pretty much all it is just a little gauge that'll go into the vent right there. It'll go on the top half of it, and you'll be able to read AFR, coolant, temp, boost, throttle position, a couple fun stuff like that. All it does is plug right into the OBD2 port, and it should be pretty easy install. I've looked online, and I've only seen a couple videos about this thing. I don't really know how many people actually put this in their cars, and it's the only good, sleek gauge for the 10th Gen platform that I have found. It's a bit expensive, but honestly, I think it'll be worth it once it's installed, just with a little extra readings and stuff that you get. So first, what we're going to do is I haven't even plugged this thing in and made sure it works or not. So we're going to do that. So the box comes with the gauge right here. The control box, it says right there. The little wiring harness. It's just all, I mean, this whole kit is plug and play. OBD2 port. Then this will go into the back of the gauge, into the back of the gauge harness right there, and this will go into the control box right there. So it's pretty easy. They have a couple extra wires. They're 5-volt analog ones in case you want to wire in like an oil pressure sensor, stuff like that. I don't really want to do that on this car, so we're just going to stick with the plug and play route. But first, let's see. I don't know how much of this you're all going to be able to see with the GoPro, because it's just kind of up behind the dash to tear all the plastic pieces out. It's kind of awkward. But we'll find the OBD2 port hidden down here. Get that plugged in. Plug this in to the box. Does it go or does it go this way? I'm kind of figuring this part out along with you guys. This is just a whole learning process. Here we go. So that goes on that side. This will go on that side. I also have these auto dimming lights in my garage, so if it gets a little dark and I start waving my arms around, it's to get those lights back up. Lighting situation, not the greatest, but that's all right. So what we'll do real quick, we'll hop in here, we'll turn it on. We'll make sure this thing even works, because that would be pretty tragic. See, it lit up, it's searching right there. Apparently you can take a couple extra seconds to turn on the first time. But there it is. Ooh, we got numbers. Okay, now it's good. We've got numbers. This is looking good. Okay, so that's good. Oh, not that. Your ignition timing, your throttle position. So that goes up. Okay, 0 to 60 timer. So just some pretty simple stuff. So now we'll move into installing this bad boy. All right, so we are back in the car now. This is kind of the scary part that I'm not super excited for, tearing into the interior. It's a little frightening, so let's give it a shot. First off, we need to get this little plastic piece right here, and it should be just about 8 clips that hold it on. So you kind of got to just push up and I think pull at the same time. Oh, here we go. There's one. This is not as easy as it looked. There it is. Here's something. That didn't sound good. Oh, that was my trim piece on the side. That's what that was. That popped off. That's okay. That literally just sticks back in. Okay. Oh, that was frightening. That really sucked to pull out. Nothing broke though, so that's good. That little trim piece came off, but that just sticks right back on. That is not that big of a deal. It didn't tear anything up, so that's nice. Everything is still intact. Next up, you just need to take out this screw and this screw. There's a couple more holding the antenna piece on that you don't need to worry about. So we'll take these off next. Yeah, that was scary. I've had, like, to do the short shifter and stuff like that, I had to take apart I mean the entire center console. It's just one of the scariest things to do. Interior on a new car. I mean, this thing has like almost 13,000 miles on it, and I'm just ripping into it. So, but you know, all in the name of installs and content. Next up, we need to pull on this little panel right here, and it just kind of pops out, and my garage lights keep turning off. So that one was super easy. That just pops right out. You need to pop this one off to get at that screw right there. And again, I don't know how much you guys can actually see right now with the GoPro. There's that little screw is gone. Now this piece should pop out as well. There it goes. Oh, my light's turned off. Come on, garage. Why you got to keep doing that to me? There's another one. I don't know if that's it or not. We'll move out here and just keep pulling and tugging on it. Man. There it is. Oh, plastic. Got dust right there. So that's all this coming out. It's just not, it's not stuff you never really want to see. So now, this all should pop out. Or this should. Yep, so that comes out on the bottom there. Just keep moving in and out, in and out, in and out. Yep. So there's that coming, making all the bad sounds. If there's anything I've learned about working on interior stuff, is it's with the worse the sound is, and the more successful you are. Here we go. Because you want it to pop out enough for the vent to kind of stick out like that. So now we got to get my little screwdriver and somehow get the screws out behind. And I know you guys probably cannot see this at all, but I wish I had a stubby. But I don't know where my Phillips head stubby went. Otherwise this would be absolutely cake right now. I just can't get enough oomph to turn the screw. There we go. There it comes. Okay. There we go. Finally. Then we'll stick it back there and get the other one. Okay, this is the right size Phillips. No, installs are always easier when you have the proper tool to get them done. Thankfully, this is one of those things that once you do it once, you don't need to ever pull all this apart again. Hopefully. I say that now, but you never know, I guess. Put that in there. We'll put that there. Use it for later. And the vent has two little tabs right here. So pull on that, you just pull up on them, and then just roll the vent out. And your air vent has come out. All right, I've got my tiny little flathead. There it comes. Stick it in there, pop the vent piece out. So a lot of this is actually just rubber. So it'll literally just, well, it should just pop right out. There it is. Just got to push up on it from the side. So what you want to do, now that this is all gone, you take your little middle piece here and just pop it out one way or the other. There she comes. Man, these little buggers are. There it comes. Okay, so you got separated the middle one from this. You don't need that anymore. You're all done. Now for the actual fun part is getting the gauge put in. I'll come over here. I'll line it up to the air vent. See, so like, yep, it's like this. I know what I'm doing. And we will go to the bottom left of this and shove the cord all the way through. And the purpose of keeping that bottom piece, I hope is pretty obvious, but so you still have the fan adjustability. Because like I live in Iowa and it gets super hot and then it gets super, super cold. And I still need my fans. Like it's just a necessity. Just go. All right, after fiddling with it for a few more minutes, I got it. It was, I wouldn't say it's a pain, but you just got to be precise on where you're squeezing it. There's a little, in the middle, to control the vent, there's a little shaft you got to control or connect this to that I was having trouble finding, and then just getting the sides pushed back in. But once you get the sides pushed back in, you can figure it out. It might take a couple minutes like it did for me, but it still adjusts. Obviously there isn't as much adjustability as it was stock, but that's okay. I got my other middle vents and I drive with my windows down most of the time when it's nice anyway, so you know, that's not a big concern, but it still moves, you still have adjustability, and it still just kind of has that nice little OEM look to it. Okay, we're back in the car now for the fun part, which is fishing all the wires through and kind of getting everything connected. So what we'll do first is kind of push this back there and just feed it down somewhere. There's a hole somewhere. Come on. Is that it? Yep. It's kind of a hole straight back. You can fish it through there and you can see the wire down there dangling around. So now that that's in, we will get this secure back, kind of finagle it in, get it lined up again with your roll vent adjustability. Come on, light. There we go. And then just hear those snap into place good. The roller still works to control it. So now I'm gonna come down here and I'll pull this wire the rest of the way through just so there's no slack. Then we will connect this back on. Well, of course, no install can happen without a fatality. I just completely sliced the tip of my finger open. That does not feel good. But I fixed that, so now let's just keep going with the install. There it is. All right, all of the positive clicks are in. Finger is absolutely throbbing right now, but that's in. Get these top screws back in. It'd be really funny if I get to the end of this and I watch all the GoPro footage and none of it is good angle. That would make me sad. I guess if this is on the interwebs, then we know that wasn't the case. So Those are all tight right there at the top. Now we'll stick this on, however it goes on. Like brand new right there. There we go. So that's clipped. What we want to do is get our lovely control box here. It's going to make all the magic happen. Okay, so now that's in. We'll get this cable right here. We'll plug it in, and then you literally just... I'm gonna grab some zip ties real quick. These zip ties just to kind of hold things together and make it look a little bit nicer. But it's all good. Shove it all up right behind there. We'll go ahead and get this lovely piece snapped back into place. Oh, there goes my garage doing the thing again. Of course. There we go. It's all snapped in. We'll fish for our last screw. Thankfully, we don't need any more, because we're just about done with the install. Tighten that back up. And that's all as good as new. We'll grab this, bring it up where it's supposed to be. Oh, my blinker. And there it is. It's on. Take, ooh, the most satisfying part. Take my little screen off. And we're all good to go. It did say the first couple times you plug it in, it might take a little bit longer to boot up, but that's alright. We'll just, car's still a bit warm. So that's boost. So that works. We are all good to go. With my little Christmas lights and all that, there's another successful install. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you tune in for even more later on and just kind of where this car goes.